Hello, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us today as we explore Italy with an exclusive group departure with Trafalgar Tours. My name is Patricia DiCucci. I'm the manager of the Thunder Bay office for SellOffVacations. And today I have a special guest, Laura Hamry from Trafalgar Tours. Welcome, Laura.
Well, thank you so much, Patricia. I'm so happy to be here. It's just a beautiful day here in southwestern Ontario where I'm based, and it's just such a great destination to be talking about today, right? Italy. Oh my gosh, how amazing is this, right?
It is.
Let me just kind of give you a little bit of an idea of who Trafalgar is, because maybe you have traveled with us before, maybe it's something new to you. So Trafalgar has been around for over 75 years. We're actually part of a larger company called the Travel Corporation, who takes in some of our sister brands you might have heard of, like Uniworld River Cruises or Insight Vacations, or maybe you traveled with Contiki when you were between 18 to 35. But what really makes us special with Trafalgar is that we, of course, are going to take you to the iconic sites and give you VIP access, but we like to get you off the beaten track and give you opportunities to really delve a little bit further into the destination, meet some amazing local people, and have experiences that you just won't get with anybody else. Of course, we do travel to all 7 continents. Of course, today we're talking about Italy and a fabulous group departure that we'll be going into in just a few moments. As I mentioned, over 74 years of experience, but what we're so happy about is over 5 million happy guests, and we can't wait. The world is starting to reopen. I know that France and Italy are just starting to reopen just now, so for next year, it's going to be an amazing time to get out there and explore the world for sure. We also like to make sure that travel matters. So we have a nonprofit organization that is part of the Travel Corporation called the Tread Right Foundation. And as we go through today, you're going to be meeting some of the people and some of the experiences that are actually benefited through the Tread Right Foundation. So it is all about giving back to the planet. We want to make sure that these amazing things are going to be here to be seen for future generations, preserving all of those wonderful places and wildlife, and of course helping the people. And now more than ever, we know how important it is to be supporting locally and to really help these small businesses to ensure that they are going to be able to share their trade and their artisanship and all the incredible things going forward. Of course, your health and safety are always top of mind for us with Trafalgar. We have introduced some new protocols, of course, going forward, some more health and safety protocols. Of course, you have amazing travel directors who will be traveling with you. We've also introduced well-being directors, which is truly an industry first, who will be working very closely with your travel director to make sure that all health protocols are going to be implemented correctly in all of the hotels, the attractions, the restaurants, everywhere that we travel to, so that of course you can just sit back, relax, and know that everything is going to be handled. You don't have to worry about a thing. You just get to enjoy the amazing destination that we're visiting, of course, which is Italy. So here we are. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with this itinerary, Pat. This is such an amazing itinerary, don't you think? Italy, Bellissimo. Oh, it's amazing. I know, I'm excited. I think we all have to go. But this is perfect. So if you haven't been to Italy before, or maybe you have been to Italy before, this is going to take in all of the top sites for you. Timing wise, perfect timing to go weather wise. We're going to be going in September of 2022, starting and ending in Rome, heading up to Venice, over into the Tuscan hills, off to Capri. Oh my gosh, there's just so much to see and do. And of course, we're going to go into this in a little bit more depth in just a moment. But Pat, I know Italy is so near and dear to your heart, and you have some great reasons, I know, why we should be looking at Italy.
Why Italy? Italy is a very close place to my heart. You're absolutely right, Laura. My parents immigrated from Italy to Canada, and as a child, when I was little, we would do trips to Italy to visit family. I have family, I'm very fortunate, north and south. We would travel there every year for 2.5 months, exploring the country, and that's part of the reason why I could speak Italian quite well. The people are amazing in Italy. The history is fantastic, and the food is out of this world. These are a few reasons why I chose Italy. I love the people and the opportunity. I would love to share some of the incredible experiences that I've had with the rest of you. Laura?
And you know, if you call Pat, she just might sing you an Italian song too, right?
Absolutely, Laura. I may surprise you. Yes, I may sing, and I do love to sing.
So a little bit about this trip, as we mentioned, it is 10 nights, so really nice time. You have full breakfast included daily, as well as 5 dinners, including our incredible Be My Guest experience that we're going to talk about in just a moment. All of your on-trip transportation, of course, is taken care of for you, including, of course, the ferry over to Capri. We're going to have that VIP access to the Vatican museums. We also use local specialists, which are different than just a typical local guide. They really are experts in the location, the history, they're art historians, whatever it may be, totally designed to the places that we're traveling to. And so many incredible inclusions on this particular trip for sure. Of course, when it comes to the Trafalgar difference, as I mentioned, we like to keep you closer to the people, give you those local experiences. We're going to dive into culture with VIP access to the Vatican museums, giving back to the communities with our Make Travel Matter experiences. And as I say, we'll be talking about these in a little bit more depth in just a moment. So let's get started on this amazing itinerary. All right, are we all ready? Let's go ahead and explore Italy. So we're going to welcome you to Rome. Of course, you're going to have an overnight flight from Canada. So we have lots of different options when it comes to your flights. Any city we can take care of for you. Get you into Rome. You're going to get transferred to your hotel, drop off your bags, get checked in. You will have some time then to maybe go off and explore the city a little bit, grab a bite to eat for lunch, and just get settled into the ambiance. Maybe grab yourself an Aperol Spritz and just soak up the ambiance there in one of the little squares. And then that evening, you're going to meet, of course, with your travel director and your fellow travelers and have a lovely welcome reception and dinner in a local restaurant to really, really welcome you to the eternal city of Rome. And that evening, we're also going to have an orientation drive just to give you a taste of some of the things that you're going to get to see in Rome for your sightseeing experiences the next day. So the next morning, we'll wake up. You're going to have some fabulous sightseeing included for Rome. We're going to have local specialists who are going to give you fully guided visits to St. Peter's Basilica, the Vatican museums, as well as the Colosseum. We're going to, of course, see Circus Maximus, all sorts of great things there. But what is so amazing, especially for St. Peter's and the Vatican museums, is having that VIP access. We even have a secret entrance that we go out of at the Sistine Chapel to take you right down to St. Peter's. So no lineups. And I know, Pat, you've been there when there's been some crazy lineups, right?
I have, and from my personal experience, first of all, St. Peter's Basilica is my favorite spot in the entire world. I've been there many times. With Trafalgar, the beauty of it is you do get VIP access and you do bypass the lines. If you do have free time, I highly recommend checking out the catacombs where all the popes are. It's really fascinating to see. And as a matter of fact, if you look on the right-hand side here, this is a photo I took. It is definitely a must to go up to the Bramante, which is a spiral staircase that takes you up to the top. And as you can see, I had a spectacular view of the square. I got lucky this day that there wasn't many people, but usually that square is completely filled with people.
Yeah, for sure it is. Yeah, and this is just, oh my gosh, the artwork that you're going to see in the Vatican museums and the beautiful Sistine Chapel. I know I was a bad girl. I took a picture of the Sistine Chapel when I was there.
It's gorgeous.
The La Pieta from Michelangelo, which is just the most stunning statue, right? Like it's just everywhere. It's like a work of art. It's just gorgeous for sure. Beautiful. And then what else do we got to do here, Pat?
Oh, you cannot miss this. The Trevi Fountain. Trevi Fountain, the architecture is just amazing. The best thing about the Trevi Fountain, I call it the people watching spot. It's got one of the best gelato shops can be found here, right in behind the fountain. You can enjoy your favorite flavor. I know Laura and I enjoy the same flavor. Amarena being my favorite, and Laura, I believe your favorite as well.
It is, absolutely.
And limoni as well. And I always like to add those, calories on top. I ask Companda, and my ice cream is like this, and then it ends up being this big. And of course, don't forget to toss a coin into the fountain and make a wish. And you can see there, I have a picture of me holding up my ice cream. Yeah, it just brings joy to me. It's wonderful.
So good, so good. And don't worry, calories that you eat during vacation don't count.
No, they don't. No, because you know what my cousins say? When you go to Italy, you have to have ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The doctor's orders are it's very healthy and good for you.
For sure, it's good. It's dairy. It's good, right? Calcium.
Yeah, that's what they tell me.
And it brings you so much joy, right? It's so happy to sit there and eat your gelato, take in the sights, see all the amazing people.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, so now we're going to be leaving Rome and we're going to be making our way to the fabulous Isle of Capri. And on our way there, we're going to be stopping into Pompeii, which is such a unique place to visit. Having, had the eruption of Mount Vesuvius that was completely, of course, Pompeii was completely covered in ash. So it's been completely almost like frozen in history, which is so unique. And I know, Pat, you've got some really good tips for everybody for when they're visiting Pompeii.
Yes, Pompeii, fascinating. Bring your camera. There is some rugged terrain, so you make sure you have a good pair of walking shoes. Make sure you have suntan lotion, a good hat to protect you from the sun. It is quite open.
Absolutely. And I always recommend people too that when you are traveling, especially, in Europe, there's a lot of walking and cobblestone and things like that. So it's always good to bring a couple of good pairs of walking shoes just to switch them out too throughout your trip, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, Capri, here we are. We're going to take the ferry across to the beautiful island of Capri, get to spend a couple of nights here, just, get to have an orientation, have some free time to really take in the sights, maybe enjoy an optional experience that takes you out by boat to see some of the beautiful grottos and everything that you can find throughout Capri. And I mean, if you want to hobnob with rich and famous, I mean, Capri is the place to do it. It's just such a fabulous little spot.
Hey, Laura, did you see my yacht, Capri?
What's that, Pat?
Did you see my yacht in Capri?
Oh, yacht, you and your, I'm telling you now, was George Clooney there with you?
Oh, yes, he was. And he's waiting till I get down there, like, soon as possible. He's holding the yacht for me.
There you go.
He said I can bring all my friends along as well.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. I'm there. So we're leaving Capri. We're going to be making our way back to the mainland. And again, just spectacular views. And that's the thing. There's so much amazing scenery, whether you're in the south, you're in the north of Italy, there's just so much to see. So getting to take the ferry across to the beautiful Bay of Naples, it's just gorgeous. But on our way from the Isle of Capri, we're going to be stopping along, of course, Naples and into Perugia on our way to Assisi. And when we stop in Perugia, you are really going to get to have an incredible experience, which is part, again, of the Tread Right Foundation with our Make a Difference experience. You're going to get to meet Marta Cuccia, who is she's the great-great-grandmother of the La Giudetta Rossetti. I'm sorry, Pat, I'm killing your Italian language.
That's okay, Laura. That's why you have to come with me. We'll go for 2.5 months. You'll pick up the language.
So, but what she does is she still uses the traditional medieval looms to make these incredible, intricate, beautiful patterns and fabrics. And when we actually first met Marta, She was doing it part-time and wanting to keep this tradition going because it is something that is been passed along through generations. And we partnered with her, and now she's got this beautiful new studio. She built it in an old church. She's got a staff with her. She's able to do this now full time. It is her true love, her true passion. But I want to just play a little video now for you, just because this is really going to give you a good experience of what it is like to meet with Marta. And she's just such a lovely, lovely woman. I had the opportunity to meet her myself actually a couple of years ago, and she's just so sweet.
Thank you, HQ. Yes, Italy has such a depth of culture, and it really is the cornerstone of Western civilization once you get to know the country more. Literally thousands of years in the making, and we want it to remain intact for the next 1,000 years, which is why we need to make travel matter and leave a positive impact on all the places we are so privileged to visit. An illustration of this is our next guest, the wonderful Marta Cuccia. She is one of the last remaining Renaissance weavers in her studio in Perugia, Italy. She's here to tell you her story and how she's missing you, our Trafalgar guests. Trafalgar helped save her business, in fact, several years ago, so she could continue to produce these beautiful and intricate fabrics. Buongiorno, Marta.
Hi everyone, I'm Marta. I'm the great-granddaughter of Giuditta Brozzetti. She founded this atelier in 1921, and now, after 4 generations, we are one of the last weaving studios in Italy. You can imagine how glad I am to work here every day. Please follow me. I'm gonna show you where I design my creations. This machine is original from 1750, but the technique is medieval, and I'm still use it. This is a pedal loom, and I control the warp with my feet. For every different position of the pedals, I have a different point of design. Then I'm making the design with my feet. I hope you enjoyed this little tour, and I look forward to seeing you all again. Ciao!
Isn't she amazing? You will love Marta. Chic, fascinating, creative, and she can work all of that magic with just her feet.
Isn't that amazing? Oh my gosh, so cool.
It is absolutely amazing, Laura. As a matter of fact, in southern Italy, in Calabria, where my parents' hometown is, they still do the weaving. And I'm fortunate. My mother actually used to do it as well. And I'm quite fortunate to have some of her pieces that she made, which are over 50 years old. And today I actually brought a piece. I don't know if you can all see, but this is actually part of a tablecloth. It's a napkin. And this is a piece of her weaving that she did. So I'm very fortunate to hang on to this.
That is such a beautiful treasure, Pat. Oh my gosh. Like it's so unique. It's such a great little something you could, and for those traveling, it's, you know, knowing they're giving back to the local community, supporting such a great tradition and something that's been passed along through the generations. It truly is a wonderful, wonderful memory for sure. So we are on our way from Perugia. We'll be stopping into Assisi. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful medieval Assisi for a very unique historical stay with story, where you're going to be staying at a beautifully converted hotel, which was once a convent. And I believe, Pat, you've actually had the opportunity to stay at one of these kinds of properties, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I've had the pleasure of staying at a few of the monasteries. They are very unique. They're very historical. They're great experiences. Their breakfast is incredible. From your cappuccinos to your espressos to the homemade cornettos filled with chocolate. The experience is one you don't want to miss. And the courtyards are so well maintained that they are just stunning. Picture taking is definitely a must in the courtyards.
Oh,
Wonderful experience.
Gorgeous experience. And oh my gosh, I tell you, we've been talking about gelato, the amazing breakfast. Oh my goodness. I hope everybody had their lunch today, because I'm telling you, I'm getting hungry.
I want to go.
So you're going to wake up in the morning and we're going to have a lovely sightseeing tour around Assisi with a local specialist. Of course, Assisi was known for being the home of St. Francis. All these beautiful, again, little medieval streets and town. It's just so picture perfect. Do make sure you have your cameras ready to go for all of these amazing destinations. And we're going to be making our way to beautiful, beautiful Venice, of course, the land of all the canals and the gondolas, where you're going to get to spend 2 nights in Venice. So in the morning, we'll wake up, you're gonna have some fantastic sightseeing. Of course, you're gonna take a lovely ride on one of the water taxis. Again, you feel like you're in the Rich and Famous, these beautiful wooden water taxis along the Grand Canal. We're gonna make our way to St. Mark's Square, have some wonderful sightseeing. You're gonna get to learn about the tradition of glassmaking, the Venetian glassmaking, which is such an incredible experience to see how these artisans can take just like a ball of like flaming glass and turn it into these spectacular, spectacular pieces of art. And of course, if you are wanting to purchase any Venetian glass, do make sure you do purchase it from a spot that is has a little logo and a symbol that proves that it is true Venetian glass. I know, Pat, you have your necklace on today. I have my little necklace on. I mean, it's just, they're so beautiful. The detail and the artisanship on them is just amazing. And we want to make sure you get a true, authentic piece to take home. And of course, you know, we'll be stopping in St. Mark's Square. There's the Doge Palace, St. Mark's Basilica. And if you are wanting to do something a little bit different, I know, Pat, you've got some tips and tricks for Venice, right?
Yes, so Venice can be quite expensive. So my recommendation is do not be afraid. Definitely walk a few blocks away from St. Mark's Square and you'll end up discovering a whole completely different world. A lot of the locals and most of them do speak English, but you will find a lot of the areas only speak Italian, so which makes it really, really unique. It's got the small piazzas, the local and authentic Venetian restaurants to choose from, which the prices will be half the price of what you would find on the Grand Canal.
Absolutely. And it is almost like, you know, sometimes it's so busy when you're in St. Mark's Square and you think, oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's so many people. But you walk just a couple blocks away and it is truly like you're in a completely different world. It's amazing. And I know even stopping on the bridges, right, Pat, and just taking in the people watching and seeing the locals and how they live and the boats and how they come and go. It's just such a neat experience, isn't it?
Definitely. I do highly recommend, and I love to do this when I travel. I love to people watch. So Venice is made up of a lot of bridges, and definitely, you know, take a half hour, stand on the bridge. And it's so interesting because in that half hour, you will hear singing coming down the canal, and it's just a local pulling up to his home. It's fascinating. Yeah. You have to be there to experience it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, so now it's time to leave Venice and we're gonna make our way to the beautiful Tuscan hills. And on our way, we're gonna stop into Pisa, which is of course known for the famous Leaning Tower. And of course you have to get your photograph, right? This is my photograph of when I
love your photo, Laura.
But when you speak of gelato, it's funny. I had a gentleman who was traveling in our group and he actually took a photograph with an ice cream cone with the Leaning Tower as the ice cream.
Oh, I love it.
There's so many different ways to do it, but definitely you have to get that iconic photograph while you're there. And then we're going to be spending the next 2 nights in Montecatini. So the Tuscan region has so many amazing thermal spas, and actually Montecatini TERME has the largest of all of these, most famous of all of these thermal spas. It's just so much beautiful architecture. At your hotel even, I believe you will have hot springs and stuff there as well, and time to go out and explore in the town. But it's a perfect spot to really take in the beautiful region of Tuscany. So we're going to get up and we're going to head to Florence, which is, oh my gosh, I'm telling you, talk about walking through a museum, right, Pat? It's just
Yes, absolutely. The famous city of Firenze. Yes, like walking through a museum. With a local specialist, you'll get to see the incredible artwork around the city, and of course, take in the famous views of the Duomo. A little fun fact about Florence: did you know there's 3 different versions of the Statue of David in the city? One can be found overlooking the city, one in the main piazza, and the original one created by Michelangelo can be found in the Academy of Fine Arts. Hey,
very cool, very cool.
yes, I think it's neat.
I think it's so cool too. It is, absolutely. And I know, Pat, you have the same passion that I have. You love to shop, right?
Oh my gosh, Laura, don't even get me started. If you're looking for gold or for leather goods, Florence is definitely the place to be. If you're looking for an authentic memory of Italy, for example, the number 13, many people think that that's unlucky, but for Italians, believe it or not, 13 is a lucky charm. So that's my next purchase, Laura, is a lucky 13. It's definitely the place to get it.
Awesome. Well, I know I got some beautiful leather goods when I was there last, as well as a beautiful gold bracelet, but I didn't get my 13 charm, so I have to go back now.
Definitely.
So definitely have to go back and check it out for sure. So this evening, after you've had that incredible experience in Florence, we are going to take you out to the Tuscan countryside to this beautiful, beautiful castle, which dates back to the time of the Medici family. They have their own olive groves. They make their own wines, the beautiful, amazing Chianti wines. And you're going to have this spectacular Be My Guest dinner experience in the Tuscan countryside with the family that lives there. They're going to tell you the history of the castle, of the region, give you a little bit of an understanding and perspective into what it's like for the farming and the agriculture in the region. And you're just going to have some absolutely spectacular views. And these Be My Guest experiences truly, truly are such an amazing highlight. So I want to introduce you now to Martin, who was my travel director when I was doing my last Trafalgar vacation in Italy, and we had our amazing experience in the Tuscan countryside, just to give you a little bit more of a taste of what it's like.
Buonasera, and welcome to the Tuscan Hills. My name's Martin Cunniff, and I'm one of the travel directors that works for Trafalgar here in Europe. And tonight is my favorite evening of the trip because we're experiencing something called our Be My Guest experience. This is something that Trafalgar started 10 years ago and has proved to be exceptionally popular with the people that travel with us. We bring you to a place that you are hosted by a local family. It doesn't matter what country you're in Europe or traveling through, we'll find a family that will welcome you to their home and treat you as an honored guest. For instance, this evening, we're at a villa in the Tuscan Hills that has been in the same family for 9 generations. The lady this evening, who is our hostess, Giada, told us about her property. She's been in the kitchen. She's provided a beautiful home-cooked meal for us. They've even provided us with their own wine from these vineyards right behind me. And it's a unique experience that you can experience with us in Trafalgar, the sort of thing that you'll go home and tell your friends about that made your holiday so special. You know, it's not just about the destinations when you come on a vacation to Europe. It's really about the people at the destinations that will make it extra special. And our Be My Guest experience will be a great highlight for you when you come to Europe with us.
Oh, so many wonderful memories of the Tuscan countryside, the lemon trees, the vineyards, the olive orchards. It's just like, oh my gosh, Pat, it's just amazing, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Oh.
Do you notice the lemon trees in behind them?
I know. Oh, they were like, I'm just like, let's pluck them now. And of course, when you're in the south, limoncello. Oh my goodness, you got
Yes.
Chianti in the north, limoncello in the south. There's so many amazing things.
Yeah, there
Oh my
is.
gosh, we're almost at the end already. How did that 10 days go by so fast? So we are leaving the Tuscan Hills. We're going to be making our way back to Rome. Of course, stopping into beautiful, beautiful Siena, checking out the main piazza there, which is just so pretty. All the historical buildings. And then, of course, making our way back to Rome. You will have some free time to go out and explore, but that evening you are going to have an amazing farewell dinner, you know, taking in and just a chance for you to really, you know, go in and soak up all the amazing memories and all of the wonderful things that you got to explore on your Italy Bellissimo experience, which, oh, every time I look at this, I'm like, I'm so ready to go, Pat.
Oh, I'm ready.
I know. So of course we do have rates for air. So no matter where you're at, whether you're in Thunder Bay, Toronto, Saskatoon, we can go ahead and get that taken care of for you for sure. And always transfers are included when you're doing your coming in and leaving at the same time as the tour. So it's a nice little added value for you. But let's just kind of talk a little bit just really quickly. So if we have piqued your interest, if Italy is a bucket list destination for you, because I know there is just so much to see and do there. Oh, amazing, amazing experiences. You can go ahead and, of course, secure your space with a $200 deposit. And I know, Pat, you've got some ways that they can save some extra too.
Yes, definitely. So if you are interested, this is an exclusive departure that I have put together for next year, 2022. You only need a $200 deposit to secure your space. You can give me a call. I have additional savings, fantastic savings. You'll see my contact information on the screen there. If you want to give me a call, my extension is 6356, or you can also reach me on the toll-free as well at 1-877-790-4185. I'd be more than happy for you to join our exclusive tour. So we basically have some fun facts, right, Laura? There is some fun
Let's
facts.
have a little fun, guys.
Yes.
If you want to type down the questions, we'd love to see your answers. All right, so the first question, let's go.
Okay,
All right.
I'm ready, Laura.
In what city was the pizza first invented? Any guesses on what city was the pizza first invented in? I know we've got some answers probably coming in there in the question box. Give it a second, but the correct answer is, Pat, do you know?
Naples.
You got it, absolutely, that is correct. Naples in 1860. Oh my gosh, and I'm telling you, what a great place, what a great invention, right? I mean, we love pizza. You can have it in so many different ways.
So many different ways,
Fantastic.
definitely.
Absolutely. And there's different ways that no matter where you are, there's different ways that they prepare it too, right? So
They
pizza
do.
in Naples is different than pizza in Florence, and it's such a cool experience. But no matter where you go, it's delicious. All right, here we go. This is one of our travel directors in Italy. Is that true or false, or just wishful thinking?
Oh my goodness, there's my friend Laura.
There's your friend. There's your friend. He's on one of those water taxis in Venice on the Grand Canal. So yes, that's George Clooney. Sadly, he's not one of our travel directors, but you know, you just might see him when you're in Italy, that's for sure. He does have a place there on Lake Como, so there you go. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope we piqued your interest, gave you a little bit of nice travel inspiration for Italy. Again, more food, right? But
oh my goodness. And before we sign off, Laura, we'll check with Regina to see if we have any questions today.
For sure.
Well, hello, everyone. You two ladies did an amazing job because there was only just a few questions here because I guess you've answered everyone's questions. But one of the questions, I don't know if any one of you can answer this, is does Italy require vaccines?
So As of right now, they are not requiring it, but of course the best thing to do is, as things keep changing, is of course when you're booking your trip, Pat and we'll definitely be keeping up to date on that for you. So currently right now, I believe that Europe is just requiring negative COVID vaccine COVID test before going into Europe with the European Union, but do of course keep track of that. And as this is not till next year, you know, we will definitely keep monitoring it for you.
Yes, we will.
And another question here is, how far in advance should someone plan to book a trip to Italy?
So if you are thinking for next year, this is actually the perfect time to be traveling and planning your travel experience. We have found, even though here in Canada, we're still a little bit slower with opening things up, because we are internationally, we have a worldwide company. There are people traveling from different locations. We are finding that the interest, of course, for 2022 is very, very high. So if you want to ensure that you are getting the best pricing and to secure your space, putting down that $200 deposit now will lock you in to ensure that you have your space available. We are finding that things are already starting to sell out. So to have this availability space for 2022 in September is fantastic.
And in addition to that, as well as the departure is a guaranteed departure.
It is.
So, and I do a lot of Italy tours with Trafalgar that I book. So just to let you know, you should book early because they are very, very popular.
They are, for sure.
And another question that just came in from Barry, it says here, are there any tours that you can take in Torino or Genoa?
Torino, I believe we have, for Torino, I believe we have one that goes up into Switzerland, or I think up into our contrast of Switzerland, may take in the Swiss, the Alps and the Italian Alps. We will get back to you on that just to confirm.
Yeah.
If you want
I can actually add to that. So basically, you're right, Laura. There is one that takes you up to Lake Como, and then you go up a little bit further. I actually have done that area myself. With Torino, as a matter of fact, remember I said family north and south. I have family in Torino, as a matter of fact. And but anyways, in addition to that, what you can do is there is tours at this particular one starts in Rome, but what we can do is we can do an air extension.
Absolutely.
So it's not a problem, and I can hook you up where you do a train up to Torino if you want to do it for a day or two, and I can make some recommendations. So if you want to do any air extension to this existing tour, not a problem. If you want to, for example, I do have some people that want to visit family down south. So if you want to fly into Rome, but you want to go visit family in Lamezia, for example, and fly home, I can do that as well. We can pretty much do anything. We can alter it.
For sure.
Yep.
So here's another one. When is the best time to travel to Italy for weather?
Do you want to answer this one, Pat?
Sure, I'll do. So why I chose September, I mean, you can go July, August as well, but July and August are very, very busy months. And especially for the month of August, it's Ferragosto, where there's a lot of Italians that travel around and close their shops. So you don't want to go in August because a lot of places are closed. That's when they take their vacations. So September is why I chose, because the weather is perfect. It's a nice time, and for the most part, you do have a lot of the school kids who are back to school. So it's going to be less people. It's going to be more of a comfortable time to travel.
Okay, and I think that's all the questions that are here. I'm just going to double check to see if there's any other new questions. But nope, that's it. I think you've answered all the questions. You guys did a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, and I want to thank everybody today for joining us. I'm very excited. Thank you, Laura, for being my special guest today and making this happen. If anybody is interested, I am more than happy to answer any questions. And again, thank you, everybody, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.